The union representing Canada Post workers says it will be in a legal strike position on Friday. That news, as we noted before the break, comes exactly a year after contract talks began. For more, we're joined by CTV's Colton Praill. Colton, what's the latest on this story?
Well, as you mentioned, as of Friday, we could find ourselves in a strike position. The big question is if there is a labor disruption, what that is going to look like. The union has been coy about this. They haven't said if it's going to be rotating job action or an entire unified labor disruption. This is a union that represents about 60,000 postal workers, including rural, suburban, and urban services. And especially in the lead up to holiday shopping, there is some very significant concerns over what that level of disruption could mean. Now, the union has said there are off-ramps that could potentially avoid labor action. They say if they see progress at the negotiating table, they may not take said job action. What kind of progress they need to see, that part hasn't been clarified. There has been a couple major sticking points in these negotiations. Wages are one big one, but the even larger sticking point is the idea of weekend delivery. That's something that Canada Post has been pushing for in an attempt to scale up their services to mitigate some of the financial damages that they've seen in the last 5 years or so, really even longer than that, 7 years or so, going back to about 2018. They've lost $3 billion in the first 6 months of this year, almost $500 million. They're trying to expand the services that they offer as a way to mitigate some of those financial losses, but the union has some very significant concerns about an expansion to 7-day delivery of parcels, specifically around work hours, but also around potential cuts and losses in the weekday delivery aspect of things. So should we see some progress either in wages or on 7-day delivery, it's possible we avoid this job action. But until we get more clarity from the union on what exactly they need to see move forward, it's looking like we could see a rather large disruption in the workforce as of Friday. And of course, that's compounded by strikes and lockouts on ports on both sides of the country, meaning in the lead up to the holiday shopping, the lead up to Black Friday, there's plenty of uncertainty for retailers and for shoppers.
Many Canadians remember postal strikes of in the 1970s, the 80s, even into the 90s, that would paralyze the country. The country couldn't function without Canada Post doing what it does. We live in a different world now. What are some of the potential impacts now?
Yeah, the biggest impact is going to be for rural delivery. In the urban cities, it's much less of an issue. You look at the e-commerce market share, for example, of Canada Post in 2019, it was about 62%. Now we're talking about 29%, less than a third. And so if you live in a major city, it's not going to have as much of an impact for you. If you're a retailer delivering in major cities, you can easily shift to a company like FedEx, who has said they're anticipating having to ramp up their services to accommodate this. However, if you're a rural dweller, this is where it really does become a problem, because for the majority of that what's called last mile delivery, most other major services like an Amazon, like a UPS or a FedEx, they also rely on Canada Post for that final mile. And so that's where we're expecting to see much more significant impacts, is when you get out of major cities, out of major centers, and you're into rural delivery. That's going to be the biggest blow, and that's going to be very significant, especially as we push into that holiday time frame where you are sending more packages further out.
Colton, thanks a great deal for the update. Colton Praill at CTV.